Hey, Ronnie Jr.
So SiriusXM, I feel like your run there, such a good experience. 15 plus years now, am I right?
15 plus years, which is insane. When you think about it, 2004, end of '04 seems like forever ago because it sort of is forever ago.
Yeah,
like,
20
you
years
know,
soon, yeah.
yeah, I heard the new insult from a young girl is, "Oh my God, you were born in the 1900s?" Because when you think about it, anyone born in 2000 or later could be 20 years old, which is insane. So '04, it's been quite a run.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God. Okay, that's well then I'm getting up there.
Yeah,
um,
exactly.
can you tell
Without
me
a doubt.
about how much radio was a passion of yours? Because before you got with SiriusXM, I feel like it was such a cool time. I believe it was in the vein of when Howard came to Sirius, right?
Yeah.
But even before that, you did terrestrial radio. That's where I started my career also in 2002 was terrestrial radio. Talk about the difference between cutting your teeth in the radio industry and then what SiriusXM did for you guys.
Yeah. So I got to be honest, I had like a really lucky break, and that sort of paved the way. And a lot of times, people can say, "Oh, you're lucky." If you're prepared when you're lucky, that's when I think good things could happen, right? So I was really working hard when I was like 20, 21 years old, and I had an opportunity to work at Z100, which is the biggest top 40 pop station in the country. It's unheard of. I probably didn't belong there, but I took the opportunity and I worked my butt off. And I just remember thinking like, all right, well, what am I going to do after this? Because if this doesn't last forever, is there no direction to go but backwards? And I was dead set on this has to be a step towards bigger things, because you can't start at the top pop station and then be like, go backwards. So I enjoyed working in top 40 radio. And that was the time of NSYNC and Britney and the Backstreet Boys. So it was a great time to be in that format, in that world. And you know what? I got to give Covino credit, because when we first met, we would always talk about relationships, life, all that stuff. And Covino was the guy that almost had to give me a little nudge and say, "Hey, man, I'm telling you, there's something here that we could turn into talk radio, something special." And it was just the next step. It really was. It was the step from, all right, talking in between songs on a music radio station
Mhm.
to actually having real long conversations. It seemed like the right progression.
And your conversations, you guys weren't working at the same radio station. You just knew each other
No.
through the same circle, like
Yeah,
at
no,
bars
it's
or
like
something.
every industry is small world. So, Cavino was working at K Rock, the rock station. I was at the pop station. We'd bump into each other through mutual friends. Um, Believe it or not, we'd gone to the same auditions for the same stuff, like Who Wants to Be an MTV VJ, stuff like that. So
Okay.
Cavino and I would see each other in the same circle. But when we sort of got to know each other, we were like, we're very different yet very similar, and we just thought we could balance each other out.
Yeah,
And it
you
seems
know
to
when
have
I watch
worked.
you guys, I think of like best friends that I have that aren't necessarily anything like me. Like if you check all my boxes versus
Yeah.
checking theirs, it's like two different walks of life. But that counterbalance is really important in a friendship, and obviously in radio. Was there any trepidation? It sounds like maybe no, coming from terrestrial radio, because like right now everyone's really cool with podcasting.
Yep.
Everyone's really cool with Sirius or anywhere you put out your content. But there was a time, at least I remember, because I was working at Clear Channel in Los Angeles around this time, and it was at Hot 92 and Kiss FM, same building. Radio still held a lot of weight, regular terrestrial radio. Any trepidation going to Sirius XM, or did it?
Oh, without a doubt, man, without a doubt, because I left. I say left like it was my choice. I got let go from Clear Channel
Your
to
time was
100.
up.
They were just, nothing I did wrong. It's not like I slept with someone or did something dumb. I just, they were changing direction, and they brought in some new on-air talent. They were considerate enough to say, "Hey, listen, we're going in a different direction, so we're not going to renew your contracts in a few months." So I knew it was time to go, and I had looked at Boston, Miami, Houston. I was contemplating moving to other cities to do FM radio, terrestrial radio. And I got the opportunity through, one of my mentors, Kid Kelly, to come to Sirius XM. And trust me, be careful what you mock and what you think is not there yet, right? Because I remember thinking this satellite radio could turn into something, right? The
Mhm.
same way someone a couple years ago might have said podcast. Who cares about a podcast? People listen to podcasts now, right? It's people are scared of the unknown, and at the time, everyone's like, satellite radio, that's career suicide.
Mhm.
And I said, well, you can look at it that way. People mocked it, and now all the people that mocked it wish probably that they would have believed in it or tried to get in then, because all the people that mocked it back then are out of jobs. You know, it stinks.
Was that the time that Howard was already at Sirius, or right after?
No, Howard had not jumped ship yet. Howard came in the beginning of 06, right, officially.
Okay.
He made the announcement like a year before that. But at the time, like, 04, 05, people were like, what are you doing? You're on satellite radio? Like, what are you doing there? Because it really was. Honestly, it went from the joke to realizing you get paid more, and it is like a stable platform compared to terrestrial radio. There was a big switch, and that's why I'll never insult or mock anyone doing something in the new technology realm, because it could very well be the next thing. And at that time, no one thought satellite radio was going to compete, let alone be more effective than terrestrial.
They have some top tier talent, that's for sure. I mean, Sirius has the merge or whatever with XM, but it's still, nonetheless, it keeps going. And you're right, never mock maybe what you don't know. And I will admit, and this is what this platform is for, us to talk about our successes, but also our setbacks. So I sort of came early to the game on a lot of other things. I think I had a website in 2001. Like, I think I was already pushing myself bigger than needed back in 2001. But then, and I did all the things, all the agent going out, for auditions, and it just sort of, I hit a wall. And then after that wall, I gave myself time to relax, but I didn't jump into the YouTube social stuff because I was I was too good for it.
I think about that all the time, because at first, when social media first came about, I hesitated, like a lot of people did. And I feel like the people that hesitated never really had that, never got the followers or the social media vibe that people that were early to the party. It's like, if you're late to the party, people already follow who they're following, and it's just new people are not going to get a ton of followers unless you're on a reality show.
Well, this is what I'm learning. I'm learning that one of the good things about like stepping into these new arenas is not new, but different for what I'm used to, is you get to define it exactly the way you want. So I could have chit-chatted with you and Covino about 100 different things, but I was like, no, I want to know about Rich's career. And everyone that I've had featured on the channel, we just literally talk about career success, setbacks, perseverance, and that to me is really exciting. I'm with you though. By the way, a couple things you're saying. I know Vine is no longer a thing, but when Vine first started, I was dabbling in it and having fun with it. And I let Covino and our producer Spot mock me enough where I'm like, all right, I won't do it anymore. And I'm like, don't let other people dissuade you from having fun on these stupid apps. Like right now, people love to say, oh, TikTok, oh, that's for teenage girls. It was for teenage girls. Yeah. Now
TikTok it's the fastest growing social media. Listen, I can't dance, so I'm not good on TikTok. But to deny that TikTok is a legitimate social media brand is crazy talk. It's growing faster than any other brand.
Yeah, once you see Oprah and Weight Watchers doing a TikTok, it's to be made.
It's you ain't kidding. And everything you're saying, man, is right on.